everyone, how's it going? So this is the start of the World Superbike trip for 2019, and like all big trips, or 2/3 of mine, it starts with rain. So in today's video we're going to be travelling all the way to Melbourne down the Hume Highway. We're going to do it in one day. There's going to be a few stops along the way just to have a break, and it's all very exciting. So I've got on the back of the Ventura rack, I've got my Ventura bag. Then it's sitting on, I've mounted it on the back seat. I've reverse faced it, and on the back of the Ventura rack is my Krieger backpack with all the camera gear and tools. So all up I'm carrying about 16 kilos in equipment and clothing. And apparently this rain's meant to ease up by the time we get to Goulburn, then it should be a good run after that. It's not too heavy, it's just annoying drizzle, just enough to give you a wet bum and piss you off. Pretty much once we get past the Campbelltown exit, I'm expecting it to be a much clearer run. At the moment, a bit of traffic. That's, you know, everyone going out to Campbelltown. We're meant to leave at 6. It's 7:15. Usual communications mixed up. At least this day and age we've got mobile phones to get hold of each other. Anyway, quite dreary, so first stop's Goulburn at the Settlers Cafe for a coffee. I'll see you there. Alright, so we're coming up to Goulburn. You don't take the first exit, you take the second exit. This area, I like to say 50 k's either side of Goulburn, is a no speeding zone. Police heavily patrol the area, and they even book there's a police training centre down here, and they even book their own, so they'll have no problem booking you. Anyway, it's not the first exit, it's definitely the second exit, and you'll see a McDonald's. It's also got the cafe I like to go to. And normally going down to Melbourne, this is a good stop, especially on a bike. You know, from Sydney you've done close to 200 k's. And you know, as I said, every 2 hours you should be stopping. I'll be stopping every hour and a half. It's been, temperature range has been 14 to 16 degrees, a bit damp, a bit cooler than I was expecting, but the gear I've got on's holding up to it fine. Legs are a bit colder, feet are fine. So here's the sign we're looking for. Big McDonald's sign. The Trappers Bakery. I think I was calling the Settlers Trappers Bakery. Oh, there you go. So by the time we get here, we're about just under 20% into the journey. Body's feeling alright. Said it's just a bit cold on the hands. Shark winter gloves are holding up. We've had drizzle, and it's at that 15 degrees, doing 110, and probably a bit of wind chill there, but I've been quite happy so far. Be happy to get off though and have a stretch. We'll refuel here, and then the next stop will be Gundagai. Well, I missed the bloody turn off. Good one. Anyway, we'll soldier on to the next service centre, and we'll just get something there. But I can't believe I've done that. So the signage isn't that great, as great as I thought. So there's one sign, don't look for a big McDonald's turn off sign. You'll see a Bunnings warehouse, probably should have turned there. Anyway. Alright, so we're at the 255k mark, which is about 30% of the trip. After my stuff up missing the turn off for the cafe, we stopped at Gunning, got some fuel. Nice little town, 2 cafes there. Didn't decide to eat. We thought we'd press on because we're not overly hungry. We're going to press on to Gundagai. Cloud cover started to, when the cloud cover started to clear up, it did feel a bit cooler. So far so good. So here's the dog on the tucker box. You got to turn right off the highway to get to it. It's at the 340k mark, so about 40% of the trip has been done. Sun's come out. Got to be cool after Gunning. Also the road after Gunning is also a bit bumpy or bouncy. I thought there was something wrong with the tyres initially, but that wasn't the case. Anyway, I'll stop here, grab a bite to eat, then we'll be back on the road. Alright, so after the dog and the tucker box, if you drive around there's a servo and there's actually more food options. Although the food option, the little cafe near the dog and the tucker box was quite alright. So we're heading out. Got to be careful, just beware of the gravel along here. It's pretty ordinary road. And then you got to turn right across the highway. Anyway, next stop is Albury. All right, and we're off. Much warmer now, so that's a good thing. Forgot to pack my earplugs, which is a bit of a bugger, but oh well, just means I'll have to put music on. Try to take away the drone. Just up ahead's a turn off for Snow Mountains Highway. It's an exceptional bit of road, and if we weren't in such a rush, that's the way we'd be going down to Victoria. The road is much better than the highway here. The bends are phenomenal. It is just so much fun. Anyway, maybe next time. We're coming up to the halfway point, which will be technically 425 kilometres. We're almost at 400 k's. It's been a great run. This road is policed. I've counted 6 to 7 police cars, which isn't too bad, I suppose, over the 400 k's. So this will be the easiest place to catch people speeding. The road is in relatively good condition. It's 2 lanes to this point, so I've been quite happy with that. Now normally earlier we would be turning off at the Snow Mountains Highway to head down, but because we're trying to get down there quickly, we're just doing the Hume Highway. Snow Mountains Highway is some of the nicest roads you can take to get down to Victoria, and it's a bucket load of fun, which, you know, if you organise a ride, that's on the must do. Not during winter when it's covered in snow, but definitely this time of year, and also when you're coming into the MotoGP time around September-ish. Anyway, we're 120 k's outside of Albury. So this road should be just a bit over an hour. And might stop there and have lunch, who knows. Weather has been fantastic this part. It was a bit wet earlier on, as you saw in the video. Now the sun's out, it's a lovely 24 degrees, just the perfect riding weather. I forgot how much fun these long distance trips are. It's always good going for a big ride with one of your mates. It's something I recommend everyone should do that's got bikes. Oh, bump, bump. Not sure if that's a dust storm or a bloody, there's a fire. I'm going with dust. Anyway. Just a truck driving across the field. There you go. Plenty of rest areas where you can stop and have a break. Being on a motorcycle, I'd just plan the service centre intervals, so stop at every service centre every 200 k's, and that gives you time to have a stretch. The average bike should be able to do 200 k's. We're not all blessed to have very large fuel tanks like what you find on BMWs. Anyway, another hour we'll be in Albury.